recording? Yes, I am. Alright, so at the end of last year, I find myself wondering how many flights have I done for that entire year. I was wondering how many bags I've touched for that entire year. And I was just curious and puzzled about it. So for this year, I've decided to try and record and track every single flights, the amount of bags, the different registration of the aircraft, the type of aircraft, the location, just to get an understanding of what I've been doing for the entire year. So this is me doing a quick review of all the flights I've done for January. Alright, so just to get some things out of the way first is that I'm a part-time person. I only work 6 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So with that, in January I've worked 23 days. Yes, Monday to Friday. So I only work 23 days for January. Yeah, and I've only recorded the flight that I was the lead for. There, in general, I also worked on flights, as in assist my fellow co-workers, as in with loading the bags, running the bags to the carousel, or just doing the lava and water. I was assigned to those flights, but I wasn't the lead. But for this, I've only recorded the flight that I was the lead for that flight. Alright, so let's get started. And as you can see, I'm still in my airport gears. Alright, so this is all the details that I've recorded. I've just used Excel just to track the flights, all the registration of aircraft, the type of aircraft, the destination, and yeah, the total amount of bags I've loaded. Alright, so before I get into the numbers, let's start with the airport that I work. So I work at Kelowna International Airport. If you should Google top 10 busiest airport in Canada, you will see Kelowna at number 10. So we're pretty up there. So we see around 2.2 million passengers per year, and I think this year we should be closer to 3 million. So yeah, it's a good baseline for someone that want to get into ramp, to be a ramp agent. This will be, my details here will be a good baseline of what to expect when you start. Alright, so the first thing, the amount of flights. So for the month of January, I have worked on, or I was the lead for 70 flights. Right, for these 70 flights, 53 of these flights were on different registration. Well, for registration, I mean it will be like the license plate of the aircraft. So same like how you have license plate for your car, the registration of the aircraft would give the airplane a unique identification. So this would mean that some of these flights I've worked on more than once. Alright, so the flight, let me stand to the side for this one. The flight that I've worked the most on, well, it's two of them. These would be Earnhardt Foxtrot November Yankee uniform and Earnhardt Foxtrot November Yankee Alpha. So I'll put a display of the plane there. So I've worked on these flights 4 times each. Alright, in terms of the different type of airplanes that I've worked on, I've worked on 24 of the Boeing 737-800. I've worked on 22 of the Boeing 737-700. I've worked on 12 Embraer E175, 10 Devlin Canada -8, and 2 Beechcraft 1900D. Right, in terms of the destination of these flights, 19 of my flights went to Calgary, 12 to Seattle, 1 to Los Angeles, 11 to Edmonton, 15 to Vancouver, 2 to Prince George, 2 to Toronto, and 5 to Mexico. These 5 destinations in Mexico, 2 for PVR, 2 for MZT, and 1 for SJD. Right. So my busiest day, so the day that I've worked on the most aircraft, it's going to be January 13. And this day I worked on 4 different aircraft. My busiest day in terms of the amount of bags I've loaded on these flights, this will be January 3. On this day I've loaded 347 bags on the aircraft, and that day I actually did 3 flights. Alright, so the flight that I've loaded the most bags on would be a Phoenix flight, a flight to Phoenix. That was on January 15, and I've loaded 173 bags on that flight, and that was Boeing 737-800. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the overview of the flights. Now the total amount of bags that I've loaded for the entire months of January, this will be 5,685 bags that I've loaded. Right, so with these numbers I've only counted the bags that I've loaded, not the offload. So everything that I've told you so far is what I've loaded. Right, so yeah, that's it for January. It just was just a short video, just an overview of all the flights I've done in January. Just like I said, just to give you an idea of what to expect if you're someone that is interested in being a ramp agent or want to work at the airport. And this is just an overview for people that are just curious. So if you're in the plane and you're just looking out, seeing the guys on the ramp, these are the numbers we're pumping. And like I said, it's just a baseline. If you're a full-time person, just know that you won't be doing less than these numbers. Alright, and it depends on the type of airport. If it's not as busy as mine, then it's going to be way less. If it's busier than mine, then it's going to be way more. Right? And yes, what you're seeing is inside of an airplane. So if you should remove all the seats and the fancy sidewall that you see, this is what you will get. Alright? So let me just give you a quick view. So behind the seats and behind the sidewall, this is all you will get. Alright, so that's it for January. I might do one for February, I'm not sure as yet, but I just wanted to share with you guys so you guys can have an idea. Alright, it's time to go. It's currently midnight, 12:08. So it's time for me to go. And like I said, yes, if you're wondering what you're seeing, this is inside of a airplane. This is a Boeing 737-800. And if you should remove the seats and all the sidewalls, this is exactly what you will see. I'm out.
Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Make them know success don't come overnight. Make them know a substance